The universe is a dream dreamed by a single dreamer where all dream characters dream too, said Schopenhauer, which is part of his metaphysical magnum opus, World as Will and Representation. And I came across his view on dreams, where he asks the question, is there a sure criterion of the distinction between reality and dreams? Is our life not just a dream itself? Kant disagrees on this idea, that life is a dream. He says in relation to the realm of causality, which produces the connections of ideas among themselves, he says that this constitutes the difference between real life and dream. He is saying that, I quote, "The connection of ideas among themselves, according to the law of causality, constitutes the difference between real life and dreams." End quote. But Schopenhauer disagrees with this assertion. Yes, of course, the realm of causality contributes and manifests reality through our awakened consciousness as we know it, but Schopenhauer says that in the case of dream and real life, the principle of sufficient reason is broken, is disconnected. So therefore, just because this bridge of sufficient reason breaks when entering dream state, doesn't mean that life is not a dream. It only highlights that there is a distinguishable difference between the former and the latter. This doesn't mean reality and dream are different per se, but only that the principles of sufficient reason or causal chain which manifests within them are. That the difference in causal nexus is the only signifier in understanding their difference. Thus, how can you attain that a certain set of principles are more real than any others? It is just another realm of causality that follows different principles. I would assume from a complete outer observation that neither has a higher value in and among themselves. With the causal chain being different and that there is no symmetry in causality in which we can identify between the two, no ability to measure, then I don't think we can ascertain that a specific existence is real reality. What we do know is that both experiences have a different causal chain, therefore there is no encompassing causality, which can be used as an objective standard which can allow us to differentiate between real reality and dream. Even though Kant states that the realm of causality constitutes the difference between real reality and dream, it only provides that both existences in experience have different realms of causality. It does not prove that one is real reality, it only proves that one is a long dream and another is a short dream.
When I'm dreaming at night, it seems real to me. I couldn't differentiate if the people that exist in my dream, it seems very real. And I can talk to them, I can touch them, and events seem to happen too. So when I awake, I know that it's illusions. So is that the same thing for my life right now? How real is this life? Would it be possible when one day when I awake, all these are just illusion to me? All people is going to be gone.
The problem is you're reading bits and pieces of Zen. Bits and pieces of Zen are dangerous. Bits and pieces of anything is dangerous. Now, what you're saying is true in a way, because 99% of your life is just thought and emotion. Thought and emotion is just a projection of life, not life, isn't it? When 99% of the time you're only thinking about life, emotion is also a kind of thought, a juicier thought, isn't it? Thought is dry, emotion is juicy, but still a thought, isn't it? So, now that you were onto Zen, you must know about Chuang Tzu, who went about doing this. Chuang Tzu was a great Zen master. In his monastery he had many monks and he's a recognized master. One day morning, suddenly he's in great state of misery. So senior-most monks slowly approached him and asked, "Master, what is happening?" Said, "Don't you disturb me, I'm in a deep distress, get away." They said, "If you are in distress, that should be death for us. Please tell us what is causing distress to you." Then Chuang Tzu said, "Oh, yesterday night in my dream I was a butterfly." The monk said, "What is wrong being a butterfly?" Said, "You idiots, you don't understand. When I was a butterfly, I actually flew. I went and sat on the flower, I could feel the flower, I could smell the flower, I could taste the flower. It was all real. Now I don't know whether I am Chuang Tzu dreaming to be a butterfly, or am I a butterfly dreaming to be a Chuang Tzu, which is true, because both look equally vivid and real.
With so much misunderstanding out there about what lucid dreaming is and how it works, I want to give you the facts. 5 facts about lucid dreaming that might just blow your mind. Number 1. Children naturally lucid dream. A recent Harvard study looking at children from the ages of 6 to 16 found that most kids reported regular lucid dreams as part of their childhood development. The fact that kids naturally lucid dream tells us 2 important things. Number 1, lucid dreaming isn't some alien imposition that we force upon the unconscious mind. It is a natural, spontaneous arising of the human psychology. And number 2, we don't need to learn how to lucid dream. We need to remember, because as children, we knew how to do it already. Number 2, lucid dreaming gives you more energy. This is a weird one, because a lot of people think that lucid dreaming is going to make you feel tired. Actually, quite the opposite is true. Once we become lucid, the brain often moves into a gamma wave brain state. This is a brain state usually associated with people who've done more than 10,000 hours of meditation. But because lucid dreaming is a natural state of meditation, the brain moves into gamma spontaneously. So of course, when you wake from a lucid dream, you wake with a brain that has been bathed in gamma. And gamma is going to give you more energy and more mindfulness in your waking state. Number 3, you can rewire your brain through lucid dreaming. I know this sounds far out, but once you become lucid, the prefrontal cortex becomes reactivated. And once the prefrontal cortex is reactivated, neuroplasticity becomes engaged. This is the capacity of the human brain to rewire itself in favor of a newly learned skill or a repeated action. Scientific studies have shown that if you practice a certain athletic discipline within the lucid dream, the brain rewires itself, actually allowing yourself to get better at that athletic discipline in the waking state. Number 4, lucid dreaming has been scientifically verified as such a powerful intervention for recurring nightmares that military veterans are now practicing lucid dreaming as a way to integrate their post-traumatic stress disorder. In fact, lucid dreaming for the treatment of recurring nightmares in veterans has been so effective that in 2019, I was invited to the Ministry of Defence in London to give a talk to 300 Ministry of Defence employees about the power of lucid dreaming and its potential to help military and ex-military veterans. Number 5, lucid dreaming is such a powerful treatment for trauma integration that there's now even a practice called lucid dreaming therapy, in which psychotherapists use lucid dreaming techniques with their client to help them integrate their trauma. There's even the potential for lucid dream healing. Subjects report going into the lucid dream and applying certain visualized healing techniques that through the power of the maximized placebo that occurs within the lucid dream state leads to a reduction of waking state ailments based on a lucid dream healing.
He could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.